Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no. The thing about legends are some legends are true. And you guys have made me the legend, the voice of Descendants and Zombies, and I have felt never so honored in all my life to have been considered the voice of Descendants and Zombies, which you guys have made me for the last year. The way this YouTube channel exploded was something that was very unexpected by my heart. I woke up one morning with over 1,000 views on several Descendants videos that I uploaded, and I said, holy shit. And then I kept uploading Descendants videos and Zombies videos through in there, and they blew up with over 1,000 views. I said, you've got to be freaking kidding me. And here a year later, this YouTube channel has become one of the most popular and most revered Descendants and Zombies themed YouTube channels on the internet and on the YouTube site. Thank you guys so much for blowing up this YouTube channel, and I hope you keep subscribing to this YouTube channel and showing your love and support, which I can seemingly never get enough of. I always wanted to go down in history for having been a legend. That was my goal in life, honestly, was to become a legend and to become one of the greatest podcasters of all time. And I know for certain now that I will go down in history for being one of the greatest legends of all time and one of the greatest of all time because of each and every one of you. You guys obviously wanted a hero. You saw that hero in me, and I can't thank you enough. If there are 1,000 girls subscribed to this YouTube channel, my heart goes out to you, and from one heart to another, thank you so much for trusting in me to give you these great Descendants and Zombies videos, which I have had the time of my life creating for you. One of the greatest honors as a YouTube creator that they could ever have bestowed upon them is the honor to have created content that inspires so many people and inspires a generation. And I have felt like I've been a part of one of the greatest generations of all time, a generation that was headlined by Descendants and Zombies and the profound impact it's had on all of our lives and all of our hearts. It was the content that brought us all together and keeps bringing us all together, and I've met so many incredible people because of my journey through Descendants and Zombies and the exploration of what is yet to come in Descendants and Zombies, and I am really excited about Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires. Having said that, one question that was posed in an interview on Entertainment Tonight a couple of nights ago by Freya Sky was what was something that she would love to see happen in the Zombies franchise. Something that I would love to see happen in the Zombies franchise is the introduction of Jonathan Clarke, because Jonathan Clarke could go a long way in the Zombies franchise. No, I have never trained for the NFL to become a football player. I've seriously thought about that. I've seriously thought about winning the heart of Addison. I've seriously thought about kicking the shit out of Dracula. And you guys can have that happen and allow me to kick the shit out of a lot of zombies, and including Dracula, if you hit the subscribe button, because that was actually a goal of mine in life. I aspired to kick the shit out of Dracula. I always wanted to do that. And the only way that's going to happen is if I get 50,000 likes and 50,000 subscribers overnight. So if you guys can make me famous overnight and help me out with that, that would be wonderful. That would be quite lovely. I went as far with it as to actually move into a house that was 5 minutes away from a soda plantation and a chemical plant that could explode. I would love to meet another YouTube creator that actually took themselves up in the opportunity to try to do that or even attempt to do that. It was actually quite fun finding this house. I wanted either a house close to a chemical plant or a soda plantation, and conveniently enough, the real estate agent found me a home that actually was near both. So I'm really screwed if this stuff blows up. A couple of nights ago, I thought there was actually a zombie invasion breaking out while I was doing this podcast, so it fit very appropriately with the video. You never know what you're going to hear or see on these videos. I have a whole lot of fun creating these videos for each and every one of you. I don't believe in just coming on here and saying how I feel about zombies, how I feel about Descendants, because everybody does the same thing. They recognize the popularity of Descendants and Zombies, if anything, and then they immediately start criticizing it on their podcast, and that drives me absolutely crazy. That drives me insane that people are always criticizing Descendants and Zombies, because each and every one of you deserve something better. If you love Descendants and Zombies, at least give you content that you can find time in appreciating and share your opinions and your hearts with. And that's what I've always wanted to do, and that's why I have 2,707 subscribers now. Pretty exact, isn't it? 2,707 subscribers. I could have 2,708 subscribers, 2,709 subscribers like that, if everybody hit the subscribe button. For every little girl who's ever ran her finger across the subscribe button on this YouTube channel, thank you so much, because I don't know where I'd be without each and every one of you. I know you love Kylie Contrell so much. I know you love Meg Donnelly so much, and I try to mix it up on this YouTube channel. So I try to talk so much about Descendants and zombies and mix it up from video to video, and I hope that people are going to find these videos and hit the subscribe button, because one of the greatest challenges as a YouTube creator is to create the content. That's one challenge that you have to overcome. Then you upload your video, you go to Booster Juice, you buy a fruit smoothie, you come home really depressed that the guy who runs Booster Juice's actual name is not Booster. And then another depressing feeling is you realize nobody hit your subscribe button. The thing is, I don't promote these videos. I don't promote it across social media. I just upload it to the YouTube platform and I go away. And then the next day I check my subscribers, and if I get 3 or 4 subscribers, they mean so much to me. It's really incredible how much each and every one of you have never quit on me when you very easily could have. From the very first video that was uploaded on this podcast, you could have quit on me and you could have never watched any videos that I uploaded, but you gravitated to this YouTube channel. You must have thought this guy was really cool, really sweet, and hit his subscribe button. So if you still think I'm really cool and really sweet, please hit my subscribe button, because I have a really itchy nose while I'm doing this video. I don't know why my nose is so itchy. Probably because I'm so excited about Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires coming out on Friday night. I'm getting gypped out, so you guys will see it on Thursday, 24 hours before I do, because I live in Canada. Canada born and raised, bro. So I will see it on Disney Channel here in Canada on Friday night, and I'm really excited about that, because I remember when the first Zombies video first came out, and I loved Zombies. The first movie, that was amazing. February 16th, 2018, and the cool thing about Zombies was there were so many people in high school that are in high school now that were watching Zombies when they were really young, like 7 or 8 years old, and they're still watching it in high school, so that's really cool. I would have loved to have seen Zombies around when I was in high school. You know, man, I would have loved to have been a loser who was always made fun of for watching Descendants and Zombies. I think that these two franchises have inspired us to be stronger, to stand up for what we believe in, to feel more courageous against our bullies, and that's what I have a profound amount of respect for the cast of Zombies for being able to relay to people, is that you don't really have to feel as if you're backed into a proverbial corner, allow me to say that, because you're never alone in your battles against bullying and your personal struggles. I know Meg Donnelly's been very outspoken about her battles with anxiety and panic attacks, and I've experienced a lot of people. I've been friends with a lot of people who have had panic attacks. I've never actually endured a panic attack before, so I don't know what that feels like, but I can only imagine. I have witnessed people have panic attacks, and it's not fun. I've seen guys actually hold on to the bus as if they were Spider-Man, trying to keep the bus together while we were traveling through the subway, and that wasn't fun. Yeah, I felt like I was in a Marvel comic. So the thing is, you really got to watch out for stuff, and you never can be too sure if your friend is a zombie or not, so you always have to be prepared. You could be going to school with someone who's a zombie. You could be dating a zombie. You could be dating a vampire and not even know it. But thankfully, yours truly is well versed in slaying vampires. I do it every night. For those of you who are new here, Jonathan Clarke is the first guy to kill a vampire in over 100 years, and that wasn't yesterday. You know, I'm well versed in that kind of thing. I'm well up on building coffins, sharpening stakes, finding the perfect head of garlic. I do it all the time. The graveyard shift is very challenging, and some nights they get the better of you. Actually, the other night I uploaded a video on this YouTube channel with over 700 views, and it was all because I had a cut on my hand and I thought I was infected by a vampire. But thankfully, I didn't, exemplify any signs or traits of transforming into a vampire. I went to the doctor and got blood work done and stuff, and everything came back fine. So I didn't have to come off the graveyard shift, and now I can go out and slay vampires. This is what I do every single night to keep you guys safe, and to keep people like Ruby Rose Turner safe, whom I love dearly. I don't know how they're going to do Descendants 5 without Ruby. Breaks my heart. I wish Ruby was here every night to help me make sense of life, and what I mean by that is help me build game chairs, play all my PlayStation 5 video games, build pies, cookies and cakes for me in my kitchen, and probably blow it up. And then Kylie Contrell is so beautiful. I don't know why Kylie Contrell has to cry herself to sleep every night in tears over Donald Trump and not having been a Donald Trump supporter. Don't worry, Kylie. There is something that can be done about it, because if everybody hits the subscribe button on this YouTube channel, how something can be done about it is Jonathan Clarke can run for President of the United States in 2028. I'm seriously thinking about campaigning to be President of the United States, and it's all because of you, Kylie. You're the reason this is happening. You're the reason why I'm sitting in this game chair. You're the reason why some girl is going to hit the subscribe button right now and put Jonathan Clarke's name in the running for President of the United States in 2028. And then we're going to live in an America that will be inspired by Descendants and Zombies. Disney Plus will become mandatory in all homes across America, and everybody will get Disney Plus for free and be able to watch hundreds of hours of Descendants and Zombies whenever they want. Kylie Control will perform on my inauguration night when I'm inaugurated as President of the United States, and everything is going to be okay. Because there's just something about Kylie Control's political point of view having no place in the conversation. And I think we need to remove it from the conversation, and we need to, take Kylie Control a hell of a lot more serious than what we are. Because Kylie Control is an incredible singer. She's one of the greatest singers of all time. I love Kylie Control's songs. Denim, Boy for a Day, See You Tonight. Beautiful, beautiful songs. I don't know where there is any room or how there's any room for criticizing Kylie Control. If there was a Hannah Montana of this new generation, it would have to be Kylie Control. And that's coming from somebody who was a huge Hannah Montana supporter in 2006. I was the biggest Hannah Montana fan out there. If I would have had the opportunity to go to the prom with Hannah Montana, I would have. Hannah Montana is a beautiful girl, beautiful, beautiful person. And the message of her songs were incredible. Incredible. If there ever was somebody to feel inspired by, it was definitely Hannah Montana. And I think that Kylie Control has done a fabulous job after having the torch passed from Dove Cameron to her and all the other Descendants cast members. Incredible. I don't know why so many people, for up to 45 minutes on their podcast, criticize the Descendants stars as much as what they do, because I love them dearly. We've got Meg Donnelly's birthday coming up in July. I just celebrated the birthday of Kylie Control. Really happy for Kylie Control. I love seeing her do PR for Descendants and feeling so excited to reprise her role as Red for Descendants 5 Wicked Wonderland. By the way, I love that title. It sounds so magical and very unpredictable. We don't know what's going to happen from one minute to the next in the Descendants franchise. And if you've noticed anything about the Zombies PR, they have teased that there's going to be another Zombies movie already, the Zombies 5, because they're already posing the question of what will happen by the time we get to Zombies 5. So for those critics out there that are trying to encourage you that we're seeing the end of zombies and it's all over for us, well, I think we should think differently, because that's what critics want you to think. And that's why I don't want you to watch any other critics' videos on YouTube, because all they want from you is for you to hit that subscribe button. And I would love for you to be a part of this community. You guys have been so supportive of me. I can't even begin to put into words how appreciative I am of each and every one of you. I was a real loser. All I ever did in my lifetime was play video games and create YouTube videos. And I never ever thought that I'd be one of the most famous YouTube creators of all time, much less the voice of Descendants and Zombies, which you guys have very thankfully made me. That was never the initial plan. I never planned to move into this house next to a soda plantation and a chemical plant and become the greatest of all time, the voice of Descendants and Zombies. I just wanted to move into a house near a soda plantation and a chemical plant because I wanted to die in a massive explosion and feel what it was like to potentially live in a world that was occupied by both humans and zombies. But that's cool too. If I'm the voice of Descendants and Zombies, I'll go with that. I'll work with that. And I want you to know this YouTube channel is here for you. I really do. The sole purpose behind this YouTube channel was to make you laugh, make you cry, sharing your personal experiences so that you could be a part of a community with a lot of Descendants and Zombies fans much like yourself, because I know how it goes. There are girls searching up Descendants and Zombies every single night on their phone and their tablets, and I just want to give you guys something that you will love, something that you will find time in appreciating and feel inspired by. I have never wanted to take away the possibility of forever existing, happily ever after, being a possibility for anybody, and falling in love with your true love, which you will find. He's out there for you somewhere. Because if you can't see how much you're valued, how much of an asset you are to this world, then he's pretty much missing out on an incredible opportunity. Because from where I choose to look at it, a girl is what makes everything make sense in this lifetime. And a guy without a girl is pretty much just an idiot living in the world that really makes no sense, because girls are what makes everything make sense in this world. And I think that's been the emphatic message behind both Descendants and Zombies, for you to feel inspired through the eyes of your favorite Descendants or Zombies characters. And I really love it. I really love how Disney has done such a fabulous job with this. The writers and producers have done an extraordinary job in promoting this and making it one of the most successful franchises perhaps since High School Musical. And I was the biggest High School Musical fan too. And what an honor it was for Kylie Control to have all these roles bestowed upon her. Descendants, High School Musical, franchises that she felt inspired by ever since the age of 9 years old. And here she is now 20 years old, just turned 20 back on June 25th. Happy belated birthday one final time for you, Kylie. And now you're getting ready for Descendants 5 to come out in summer 2026. And I'm really excited for Kylie Control and all the cast members of Descendants. But I really miss Ruby Rose Turner. I just want to say this. That's why I installed a helipad on top of my roof of my house after I moved in here, so that the Descendants cast could fly a helicopter here. We could shoot Descendants 6, and we could have a whole lot of fun doing it. They wouldn't have to live in a trailer. Ruby Rose Turner could blow up my kitchen baking pies and cookies, and Kylie Contrell could play PlayStation 5, get away from that crazy ex-boyfriend she just was with, and cried her eyes out over on TikTok, which really broke my heart. I just want Kylie to know that I really support her. I really believe in her, and I really believe in her vision. The EP that she put out was absolutely fabulous. So was Meg Donnelly's EP on megdonnelly.com and kyliecontrol.com. There was info on how you could purchase that. Songs like Stranger, Boy for a Day, Denim from both Kylie Control and Meg Donnelly, beautiful. And I'm looking forward to seeing how they will collaborate on stage for the Worlds Collide Tour with 43 arena dates. That's a lot of arena dates. That's a lot of performing. And take it from a guy who was a theater kid who's done everything from performing some of the greatest stage productions of all time, Hamlet, Phantom of the Opera, Romeo and Juliet, and fell down for the stage more times than he chooses to remember because he was a technical engineer. You know, I was involved with everything in theater. I was even a curtain puller. And people don't even realize how important a curtain puller is when it comes to theater. Without the curtain puller, nobody can see the play. So I had everything. I had a hand in everything. I loved writing plays. I loved assisting with the technical aspect of it. I loved giving advice to people. And one of the greatest pieces of advice that I ever gave to people before they would go out on stage is just be yourself. If you're an actress wanting to get into the same line of work as Kylie Contrell and Sabrina Carpenter and all these people, what you have to do is you have to just go out there and be yourself. And if the audience loves you, they're going to let you know about it. And if the audience hates you, they're also going to let you know about it. But I know that everybody would love to see me be a part of the Zombies franchise, and you guys can make that happen. And then I will get the opportunity to actually fight Dracula in a fight scene that I would probably be victorious in. Because unlike probably all of you watching this video, I don't know if there's any other vampire slayers watching this video, but I have killed many vampires over the period of 30 years. I've done it before many of you were born. And I would just love to get back into the swing of things. There's just something about vertical suplexing a vampire or back body dropping a vampire, especially on prom night, that I would love to do all over again. And you guys can make that happen for me, because I haven't back body dropped to anybody since my prom 20 years ago. And I would love to do that. I back body dropped somebody into the fountain because I had no date, and yeah, one thing led to another. Stop laughing. I've also missile drop-kicked vampires in my high school library. The library was on the top floor of the school, so you had to go right up to the top of the school, and this vampire guy one night on a Halloween dance chased me like into the... actually, he was my best friend. I didn't realize that at the time. So he chased me all the way up to the top of the school, into the library. All the lights were off. I made my way to the highest bookshelf, and the next thing I knew, I was executing a missile dropkick, and I hospitalized him. It was a really freaky situation. But, yeah... So, and then there was that time that I thought I lived across the road from a vampire, and one thing led to another. Every single day that I was on my way to work, I would look in through his basement window to make sure there weren't any refrigerators or anywhere he could store blood. I thought for sure he was a vampire because I wouldn't see these guys. They moved from the Yukon to Canada, and I wouldn't see these guys during the daytime. And the construction company would be hammering and nailing all day. And then eventually the house was built, and these guys moved in the nighttime. One of them was a cop. One of them was a teacher in the Yukon. They moved from the Yukon, and I thought for sure they were vampires because you wouldn't see them during the day. And the only time you would see them would be during the night when they'd be fertilizing their lawn and planting flowers and stuff, and I was really freaked out by it. And then I was invited over to his house one night for dinner, and everything in his living room looked like Dracula's living room. It looked like Hotel Transylvania, and I was like, holy shit. I never did get the opportunity to stake the guy, but yeah, I thought for sure he was a vampire. And I also went to school with a lot of guys that I thought were zombies and vampires, so you can never be too sure. You can just never be too sure. So you always got to be prepared. Always make sure in your book bags you got stakes and the perfect head of garlic to poison the vampire, and you'll be all right. And of course, then there's that thing where you can't invite a vampire in over your doorstep, and I like to believe that I've invited a lot of vampires in over my doorstep. I would invite a vampire in over my doorstep just to kick their ass. Especially if I knew a vampire was after my girlfriend, which I don't have right now because I'm a loser, because all I do is make Descendants of Zombies videos and play video games. Yeah, man. I would love to be a part of Zombies. Not to mention that it would be the funniest Zombies movie that you guys would ever see. I can only imagine how many girls are watching this video right now laughing. And that's what I want. I want to put a smile on your face. I really do. I studied theater for years, and I actually studied psychology, so I know how to make people laugh because there's a psychology aspect of theater where you actually study how to make people laugh. You also study how to project your voice. You study how to make effort sounds, which is 45 minutes of when you're hurt in situations where you go, ah, all the time, and I love doing that too. So, yeah, through the ability of being able to change my voice and becoming the voice of Descendants and Zombies because I studied journalism, so that put me in places where I didn't want to be every night of my life. And I honestly, when I couldn't produce this podcast, I missed all of you guys. Wherever I was in the world, I always thought about you guys. I always thought about if you were getting the most of your Descendants and Zombies experience, because I knew there were tens of millions of fans of Descendants and Zombies, and man, I was with so many girls that couldn't understand why I fell into this niche and fell in love with it. People were trying to make sense of why their daughters were so much in love with Descendants and Zombies. Girls I dated, they could never give it the time of day, and then eventually my relationships would end because I was such a huge fan of Descendants and Zombies. I had the biggest crush in the world on Dove Cameron, Kylie Cantrell. I loved them, and then Ruby Rose Turner was just so kind. That's something I can never get out of my mind when it comes to Ruby. Ruby was just such a kind soul. I wish there were more people in this world like Ruby, because Ruby is just incredibly beautiful. There's just something about Ruby that gets me every single time, honestly. I don't know where I'd be without someone like Ruby Rose Turner. So I've got this video of Freya Sky actually doing an interview with somebody, part of the cast. I believe it's Freya Sky and Joshua Colley doing this interview. I could be wrong about that, but I did find this interview, and I wanted to do a reaction video for you guys. So are you cool with that? Can we do another reaction video? I'm going to do that thing where I put myself up in the corner, and we're going to talk about the possibility of a zombie invasion and what could happen if a zombie breakout ever happens. Actually, last night I thought there was an army tank going down my street, and I was actually in the middle of a zombie breakout. And actually, before I jumped on this video, I thought I heard cop cars and fire trucks and stuff, so it fit perfectly with the video. My only wish was I jumped on this podcast a few minutes earlier so I could have had that effect. Man, I don't know. Hopefully you guys love this channel, though. I really do. I hope you love this channel because I go out of my way to create great videos for each and every one of you, and I hope you love them. I really appreciate the PR that people like Meg Donnelly, Joshua Colley, Freya Sky do for Zombies, because there can never be enough of this, and we're just a couple of days away from the premiere of Zombies now, and everybody's so excited about it, so that's why, be it the reason why I'm throwing up a lot of Zombies videos on this YouTube channel, which I hope you guys love, because honestly, I don't know where I'd be if not for each and every one of you. I honestly don't know where I would be because the support that you guys have shown this YouTube channel is absolutely incredible. It's beyond incredible. You know, I was in a lot of relationships with girls, and I don't think they've ever subscribed to this YouTube channel. I don't think they know the first thing about Descendants and Zombies. But thankfully, you guys know the first thing about Descendants and Zombies. You know everything there is to know about the Worlds Collide Tour, perhaps more than what I know. You know everything about the cast, the relationships, what they like, what they don't like. And all these girls that I was ever with, they could never make sense of why I was so captivated by the franchise. Well, if I'm a loser with each and every one of you. And if we're in a boat that's going to sink and we're all going to die, there is no better niche that I would love to die with than each and every one of you, if you would be so obliging and allow me to die with all of you, because I would die comfortably with all of you, because I know how much you appreciate it, because I appreciate it just as much as each and every one of you. So with that being said, what do you say we switch over to OBS Studio now and we get this reaction video going, and you guys can laugh until milk comes out of your noses? I would really appreciate it if you would hit my subscribe button. Hey guys, thank you so much for checking out Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. You can never be too prepared for a zombie apocalypse, which I am trying to prepare you for the inevitable because of. And I've done this thing now where I put myself up in the corner again and recorded this really cute reaction video for every girl that ever said they were a fan of Descendants and Zombies. So if you have not hit the subscribe button, please do it, because you're never going to find a guy as funny as this who does Descendants and Zombies videos and who loves and appreciates you as much as what I do. Honest to God, without you guys, I don't know where I'd be. I just woke up one day after posting a bunch of Descendants and Zombies videos, and this YouTube channel is incredibly popular, and it blows my mind every single time. It never ceases to amaze me. I can never be too prepared for a zombie invasion, even more so now because of each and every one of you. and Zombies 4, Dawn of the Vampires. So, let's see what these guys say to each other in this interview. There's Freya Sky. I love her British accent. She is so beautiful, so beautiful. Guys, if you get a moment, hit the subscribe button, give me a couple of likes, and we'll watch this video together.
Hey, E.T.
Hi! I'm Barton.
And I'm Freya Sky.
And we are the cast of Zombies 4, Dawn of the Vampires.
The vampires and daywalkers hate each other.
Oh, vampires and daywalkers hate each other?
Can we live in fear?
Do you feel safe? Because I don't.
And today
I feel safe.
we're going to grill each other with some crazy questions.
You guys have a reason to feel safe because Jonathan Clarke is on your side.
What was your reaction when you found out you got the role?
I would have been excited. I would have been all, woohoo!
Yes, I was so excited. I was so excited to find out that I was going to be a part of such an amazing franchise. Genuinely, I was so excited.
Been thrilled.
And it sounds so cringe and cliche, but I genuinely, I
had this friend that made cringy videos on YouTube, and she doesn't make them anymore.
In this room. The room that we were currently sitting in was the room that I first met Freya in.
Now I'm more popular than she is.
Yeah, I think I knew from the start that it was going to be you, and I mean, I loved your personality and just... Yeah.
I would love to meet Freya Sky.
Obviously,
you guys can make that happen if you hit the subscribe button, by the way.
That's a good sign of chemistry. So.
I'll give you guys credit.
True. That's so nice. I remember when we were like texting after our second chemistry read, and I was like, Malachi, like if you like tell me like if you hear anything kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden I got like 100. I got spammed. You sent me loads of pictures of you with like a vampire filter on, and you wouldn't officially tell me. You were just like,
I don't think I've ever
like,
sent a picture to my girlfriend of me.
And I'm like, no, I don't.
Ready to kill a vampire.
You called me at like 5 a.m.
Yeah.
Or even slaying a vampire.
Bring me back to the audition. First time that we read a scene of ours together.
I don't even know if any girl that I was ever with knew I was a vampire.
What was your first opinion on me?
First impression?
Your first
I would have thought you were totally
I just thought you were so nice. So the first time we met, it was in this room we're actually in right now. And I remember like all the girls auditioning for Nova and all the guys auditioning for Victor were all kind of practicing with each other, but there were an odd number of girls and guys. So then there was like only us two were the only ones who hadn't practiced with each other before we actually did.
And they just clicked.
So we were kind of awkwardly trying to like catch each other's eye, like so we could be like, hey, do you want to run the lines? And then we go outside and we started like just talking, and I feel like we just like instantly got on so well. And I was like, in like a non-cringe way, I just instantly like knew
I would get along with these guys really good. I'm a social butterfly.
But like I genuinely just like knew. So yeah.
You heard it here first, folks.
What is this place?
Hey, am I glad to see you?
I love how they shot a lot of these scenes at night time.
Easy now. Oh, chill.
I'm not a daywalker. I'm a cheerleader. Vampires are evil and ruthless. He's just green and clueless.
Thank you. Yes. Wait, that's mean.
There is a new group, Daywalkers, in the movie. How do the Daywalkers shake things up?
How do Daywalkers shake things up? I think that Mr. Bright is like a big personality, and I feel like in the movie he loves to shake things up. Just like he's
I would
so,
love to shake things up in this movie.
Aggressive's the wrong word.
Fighting vampires in the water on a boat, fighting
context
vampires on land.
Like you know what I mean when I say like he has like an aggressive persona. Like he has a big persona, so I feel like he's gonna shake things up, and he really doesn't like Vampire Eldris, and so I think that it's like that rivalry, the rivalry that's been a thing for so long is what shakes things up. I don't think it's like a singled out like one or the other. I think that we both the leaders' hatred towards each other is what shakes things up. What was your reaction when you read the ending of the movie?
So, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but we actually filmed so many different endings, like different options for how it could end, and I think
I was one of those options where I picked the guys up from the island on a helicopter, but
it made me feel really
wasn't
excited
available
because it
at the
kind of
time.
alludes to something else that could happen, and I feel like it's left very open-ended. You know, there's room for
a big
more storytelling. So I think I honestly just makes me feel really excited.
I love storytelling.
For what
really
could be to come in future movies or anything. I think I just felt super excited. I think the ending that we got was the ending I was hoping for, I would say. What ending were you hoping for?
What ending was I hoping for?
Jonathan Clarke comes in and saves the day.
I was like so open to all the ideas because I think that like any monster would fit so well. So it's like it's not.
Even Frankenstein and Van Helsing.
Because I feel like that is one of the big things about the Zombies franchise is that they bring in the most random Like they bring in aliens and werewolves, and they somehow make it fit into the storyline. I think that is literally what this movie is about: is making people fitting in and like learning to find your place, find your people, and stuff like that. So, I think anybody.
Amazing. This is the 4th movie, but what's one thing you still want to see happen in the franchise?
Jonathan Clarke seeing his introduction as a vampire slayer, which you guys can make happen. Woohoo!
See, that's just a hard question.
I've been waiting for 7 years to be a part of this.
Man. I would love to see Victor.
He was hesitating to say Jonathan
he did
Clarke.
some crazy stunts in this one, with the flying and stuff. But I would love to see Victor pull some Mission Impossible, hanging off a helicopter type.
No,
stuff.
bro.
If
anyone's hanging off a helicopter, it's gonna be this guy right here.
Cliff dives.
Counselor Zed reporting for
I would
duty.
push him off of a helicopter. I would push Victor off the helicopter, just to
Meeting
dangle
Megan
from
Milo
the
for the
helicopter
first
for my
time, what
life.
was your first impression?
Oh, it was a great first impression. I met them at the chemistry read. So I remember going into the room and we were in LA to do the read, and we were sat in the room with everyone auditioning, and they were like, oh, Mega Milo are next door, kind of waiting to meet everyone. I was like, okay. And then I was walking out of the room to go to the bathroom, and the chances I ran into them both on my way. And then we had a small conversation. I feel like I was probably quite awkward because I didn't know what to say. I was so taken aback. I was nervous for the audition and also nervous that they would see me audition for it as well. But I remember going into the room to actually audition, and my mindset was, if I don't book this, I'm gonna treat it like a meet and greet. So I was like, I'm gonna give them a hug, take advantage of this time to be with them.
Because you guys
and if nothing comes of it,
so
then
supportive.
Meet and greet. So yeah, that was kind of my mentality, but they were just so nice. We've seen your dance moves on TikTok. Did you have a favorite dance scene to shoot?
I don't think I've ever danced on TikTok. I don't think I've ever owned a TikTok account.
Well, I mean, as we all know, we're all pretty good dancers. No, I'm kidding. I'm just hamming it up for no apparent reason. But I feel like favorite dance scene, place to be. No.
That was a really great
Dancing
music
wise,
video.
Don't
So
Mess
many
With
people
Us
criticized it,
is,
but it was such a
an
great
unbelievable
music
dance
video. And
number.
Don't Mess With Us, it's great too.
So I feel like Don't Mess With It also tested my abilities. It's such a big elaborate number with just literally everybody's involved in it. So it was cool also just to film because the whole cast was there. Similar to Show the World. What about you, Freya?
My favorite dance number, I think Don't Mess With Us too. In terms of choreography and moves and stuff, that was really fun.
Hey, step right up.
If you wanna go, it's going down.
Top. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me today. I really appreciate it.
And thank you
thanks, guys.
for your time.
Thank you
for
for
hanging out with
watching.
us. Bye. Love you.
No problem, guys. I've got the rest of my life. Like Corey said to Topanga when you're on Boy Meets World, when she realized he was going to have to be on crazy pills for the rest of his life. I'm here forever for each and every one of you. Thank you guys so much for watching that reaction video with me. I really love Freya Sky. Her British accent really lights up the room. I think every room she's ever walked into and every person she has ever worked with, she's brought the best out of. And it was such an honor being able to record this reaction video for each and every one of you. So what do you say, before I have to go on to a graveyard shift tonight and pack a bunch of sandwiches, we switch back over to the other program and we close this thing out with a few final thoughts. Just as fast as you can snap your fingers, just like that. That was so much fun, was it not? Such a lovely reaction video, and every opportunity I get to see a video featuring Freya Sky, I jump at the opportunity because there's just something about her British accent and just how lovely her personality is. Her personality reminds me of one Ruby Rose Turner, who I'm going to miss dearly, now that I know, and I'm trying to accept and come to terms with how she's not going to be a part of Descendants 5 Wicked Wonderland for summer 2026. Oh, Ruby, where did you go? I love Ruby so much. I will say that forever. I will die in love with Ruby Rose Turner. So guys, you can get me in the Descendants franchise, you can get me in the Zombies franchise, if not as the writer and director of Zombies and Descendants, if you hit the subscribe button, and we can't forget to mention how it will be the funniest Descendants and Zombies movies you will ever see in your life. I would have a whole lot of fun creating it for you. Disney's never given me the opportunity to create anything. Only these videos for each and every one of you, which I've had so much fun producing for you, and I hope you have just as much fun watching these incredible videos that I'm uploading for you. And the birds have finally returned. You hear those? Hey guys, you're late. You were supposed to be here at the start of the video for effect. They show up on different times during the day, and sometimes they show up just when I start the video. You're doing a great job, by the way, guys. Wonderful job. Keep up the good work. Yeah. Oh, man, that's my cue to leave. Girls, if you have not hit the subscribe button, please do it. Know forever and always I will forever love you for being a fan of Descendants and Zombies, because we share the same passion for being fans of Descendants and Zombies. And I love you dearly. I will be back later on tonight with another video to drop on this YouTube channel, and I hope you can join me for it. I will do it just before I head on the graveyard shift at sunset, which is a really spooky time of night because you never know what's going to happen. And I think it's very appropriate, be it that Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires is just a couple of hours away, literally, just a couple of days away, about 72 hours before Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires sees its world premiere on Disney Channel, and I'm really excited about it. So with that having been said, I got to go pack a couple of bologna sandwiches. Maybe I'll change it up, make a couple of ham and cheese sandwiches tonight. I don't know. I get hungry on the vampire shift. Keeping you guys safe, so you will hit the subscribe button. One can only hope that you're going to hear his voice when he creates a YouTube video. And I hope you love these videos so much. Thank you so much for all the love and support you've shown the show. A show that I thought would never see 5 subscribers, much less almost 3,000. Holy shit. I'm famous. Thank you so much for loving these videos as much as what you have. We will do it again in just a couple of hours.